Hello, everyone. I am Stephen Schwab. I am the Director of Product Design and User Research here at VividCharts, and wanted to share with you what we've been working on and what we plan to be working on for the remainder of the year. And so because we are talking about things that are happening in the future, I'm obligated to say that the development, release, and timing of any of these features or functionality described remains at our sole discretion. And with that, let's jump into it. So here you see the months remaining in the year. We like to talk about things in the time horizons of what we're working on now, what we're working on next, and what we're working on later. And so these columns here correspond to that. What we're working on now relates to a release that we plan on having in July. And the things that we will be delivering in that are as follows. A scaled reports workflow. That is a new and easier unified way to both create and edit scaled reports. So we have heard from customers that sometimes the workflow could be a little bit confusing, or for existing reports, not so easy to identify which template controls the output. So we're making changes so that all of that will be much more easy and all in a unified workflow within VividCharts. Another element is styled tables in VividSheets. It's basically a way to apply advanced styling to a VividSheet that you've set up so that you can then display that information in a VividCharts report or a ServiceNow workspace. And of course, in this release, as always, we will have platform enhancements and bug fixes. Included in that are better error handling, loading indicators for long-running operations, and better alignment and style controls in charts, just to name a few. There's always a nice list of items that we try to get into each release that improve the delight of anybody using the viewer and editor in VividCharts. So looking into the next category, we plan to have a release in October. So these items we're still shaping and discovering. So we're not quite ready to provide commitments as to what will be in that release, but these are the things that we're working to provide clarity on. Email notifications. This is easier ways to get users and groups viewing the right reports at the right times without additional manual efforts from report builders. So right now, we rely on builders to send access to viewers so that they know that they can view those reports. We also do set up automated emails. However, for customers that don't have those set up, we're hoping that this is an easier way for the viewers to view the reports that they need. We're also evaluating the homepage so that people who need to find reports there can find them more easily, and also for people who need to create reports, create things more easily. In addition to providing more context about how to get the most out of VividCharts, we have lots and lots of help articles. We have a great help center. We hope to raise some awareness about that, about those pieces of content on the homepage itself. Another concept we're working towards is workspace embedding, which is a way for customers to embed VividCharts slides or slide decks into the workspaces themselves. We're interested in this just as another way for viewers to be able to find the reports that they need when they need them. VividSheets enhancements, we're looking at more flexibility with additional Vivid functions and API operations. As always, we're trying to hear from customers how they're using that, and that feedback is leading us in some directions that are informing some other enhancements. Again, in this one, we are still shaping enhancements and identifying any bugs that we will need to fix. And we're also looking at usage data enhancements. So this is basically ways for us to better understand through the data that we collect where our product can get better and which things people are using most often. So a little bit longer on the time horizon in November and December. The items here are basically, think of these as things that we're interested in, but are a little bit less prioritized than the things in the second column. So that includes Teams and Slack sharing. This is another way to get groups and users viewing the right things at the right times. And ServiceNow records and VividSheets. Think of this as a way to be able to inject into a VividSheet data that mimics the structure of a ServiceNow record without being directly tied to it once it's in a VividSheet. So we're really excited about these items and the value that we're going to provide in these releases. Would also be interested in any feedback that you have regarding the items that we are shaping and discovering. We value customer input, and we use that input to make decisions about how our products work. And yes, if there's any information or feedback that you have about these items that we're still actively working to shape and discover, we would love to hear them. Thank you so much, and look forward to the continued enhancements that we can create for you in VividCharts and VividSheets. Thanks.